Karen in Ramsgate in Kent has picked up the phone. I understand that you are an elected Labour councillor for Ramsgate, Karen, is that right?
Yes, that's right, and Manston is on my doorstep.
Right, OK. So Manston, of course, is the holding centre, the processing centre for asylum seekers and people and migrants coming across in small boats. We have seen that it is vastly overcrowded, that diphtheria has broken out, and now a continuum of scandal around that place. Can I just take you back, Karen, from your perspective as a local councillor in Ramsgate, just describe to me, as someone who represents local people, how do you experience this huge number of people coming across in small boats?
Two ways, really. One, it's hugely concerning for the local residents. For instance, a while ago, we put out a press release about this, and at least a dozen people got in touch with me that actively want to go and support the refugees at Manston. They want to make sure that, if there's anything that's needed, that they can freely give it. And there's a huge amount of concern. And since April of this year, I've been trying through the Kent County Council to gain some sort of access to see for myself how people are managing. And obviously this overwhelming number that have now been put in there, I mean, you don't have to be a genius to work out that it's going to massively compromise people's health and well-being. And there is an enormous amount of distress amongst the local population about that. We really don't want to see that sort of thing happening on our doorstep. The vast majority of people, as far as I can make out, would prefer a system that prevented this happening in the first place. But then I think there's another issue that's really important, and that's about this being an area of coastal deprivation, one of those left-behind communities where child poverty in some wards is 50%, where we've got the highest youth unemployment rate in the southeast, where we've got a massive crisis with housing. We cannot house the people that live here. And so on one hand, you can see that this is happening, and people are sympathetic and kind and caring about it. But on the other hand, the dog whistle politics does work, because people are already and have been struggling with the economy for a long, long time here. And the government are, frankly, this is window dressing. They need to tackle the problem at root, and they need to stop blaming the people that are fleeing very often from conflict and difficult situations. That isn't washing with us, I'm afraid.
What communication, if any, do you know of between central government, specifically the Home Office, and local authorities in Kent? I mean, I note that 14, let me just read this. So Thanet Council was amongst 14 authority leaders in Kent and Medway to write a letter to the Home Secretary, Suella Braverman, sounding the alarm, in essence.
Yes.
What do you get from them in terms of communication?
I think you've got to look at the political makeup, actually, of most of the councils on that list would be Conservative-run councils, including Kent County Council that I'm a member of. And I think it's a bit rich at this late stage to be squealing to the government, we need more help, this needs to be handled more fairly. Because we've had huge problems in this part of Kent for a considerable number of years with unaccompanied asylum-seeking children coming across, and they have to be looked after properly and in a very particular and safe way. And Kent County Council hasn't always been very good at that. So it's a little bit too late. For me, as I say, this problem has been looming. We've seen it unfolding, and it's not good enough for now these Conservative-led authorities to be saying to their own government, we need more help. Actually, I genuinely think what we need is a general election and allow people to have a choice, a genuine choice, about the different ways in which we can manage immigration. I think that's the only sensible way forward at this stage.
Karen in Ramsgate in Kent, thank you very much indeed for picking up the phone. Karen, we'll hold on to your number because I think we're going to come back to this in the weeks to come, and I'd really love to talk to you and monitor the situation there.
On your radio, on Global Player, and
Play LBC.
Leading Britain's conversation. This is LBC.